Flight bus, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're gonna talk about, now look, right now I'm channeling God. I'm talking about the one and all and one God. I'm channeling that God right now. Not all these other deities and beings that these other people claiming that they channeling. No, my channel, we want to channel as close to source, as close to truth as possible. So right now, I'm channeling God. So even after this video, I'm going to have to watch this video over right now because I really need to know this information that I'm just giving off right now. But right now, I'm just being used as a motherfucking vessel. And what I'm being told right now is, and I'm not lying, this is motherfucking freestyling right now. And what I'm being told right now is this information that I'm giving off, the whole purpose of it is this disclaimer right here. It's going to get all humans and mankind and all civilizations back to thinking as one again and leaving from the mind state of thinking as separate. So whatever I say in this video, just know that this disclaimer right here is the overall purpose of this video. And the overall purpose is, it's a closer step into everyone and every being thinking as one again. And kind of sliding away from thinking separate. And we're getting closer to thinking as one again. Now, I want to talk about civilizations. Motherfucking civilizations and how mankind lost their power. Now, when we want to talk about civilizations, first of all, I want to break this disclaimer down right now. Now, as a civilization, we know as above, so below. So as a civilization up there is a civilization down here. So let me make this quick explaining right now. You know what I'm saying? You can either take this or not take this. When you look at a blood cell or something like that, say if it have thinking and abilities just like you or whatever like that, right? Say I wanted to move my hand like this. Now to you and me, in our realm of reality, is less dense, right? Higher frequency, less physical, higher vibration. So to us, in our point of view, this is fast. But to a blood cell, you know what I'm saying? That may have took 10 years. They may have, that civilization may have constructed a whole calendar, time base, and realm of reality based upon just me having a movement and near thought. You see what I'm saying? So that's like I said, the less dense, higher frequency, less physical, higher vibration. So we know it's caliber of beings that came into this realm of reality. So we know it's and all right now civilizations. So as I want to say this also. Now, as a civilization, you have a solar system. Now, what does a solar system consist of? Now, before I want to get into the names of these, let's just talk about it. It consists of a group of planets following a sun, aka a light, a eye, a spirit, right? So you have a spirit. So you have, and you can't tell me you don't have energy following you. So I don't care if you're spiritual or religious or whatever, you got spirits following you. If you're angry or happy when you're walking, going throughout your day, that's the energy you're carrying. And the more you tap into that frequency, the more that energy and aura get picked up off you from other people's antennas. So you have a planet, you have an energy following you. So just the same way that we may look up and look at each planet as being separate, as a solar system as a whole, it's a whole collective itself. It's a being. Anytime you have a Pacific, let's just say for the sake of conversation, a star, and you have groups of stars or planets following it, anytime you have a planet and a group of other planets following it, a central planet and through a direction, that is a star. So in terms, that's a being. But it really is a being. You see it separate because you're just a little spectrum in it. So you're just a little spectrum of energy playing out the same circumstances as above, as a less density and higher frequency. You're playing a lower dense frequency of that. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, is a being. So when we look at the word star itself, how does a person becomes a star in this realm of reality? When a person utilizes their actions and the way they see things and how they act to the maximum capability, they become a star. They end up having a following. They end up having followers. They end up having a mass amount of energy and a lot of things surrounding them that's following them, right? And in this realm of reality, depending on where a person chooses to exert their full action and energy and insight and their light and their vitality, depending on the realm of reality created by intellectual beings out there, the more people dive their energy into certain portals, the more they become stars in those realm of realities. So if the whole point is to become a star, here's a little thing right here. Here's a little point that we're going to get to later. Now, when we want to talk about civilizations, we're going to skip a little process right now. Let's talk about civilizations. Now, as far as, like we said, a solar system, a body of planets. Now, we look at it separate, but as a whole, as a being. So this is like you. You look at your hands and your feet and your legs separate, but that's why at the same time, all of this makes up you. So you're within a being, right? And this being, this solar system, there's trillions and billions of solar systems it's around. Same way there's billions of people that you're around. As above, so below. See what I'm saying? So you just look at yourself as a solar system. Look at the solar system as a being in that civilization. It's less dense, higher frequency. So the vibration is vibrating at is maybe you can't understand that realm of reality. You can only understand it from a small degree of energy that you perceive at and the power you have. So looking at your power and the power you have is a way how you can tap in and understand the overall power. Duh, going within. Now, we're going to get there first. Now, let's talk about civilizations, right? Now, as far as, now, you are all star seeds. So, you're not, you inhabited planets. You have been seeded in a planet. A planet is like a plant. You get seeded in a realm of reality, and then you grow, and then that manufacture, the way that realm of reality and that vessel was manufactured based upon the Elohim of that realm of reality is how the constructor is going to be constructed. So this is mankind. So when you look at mankind, this solar system, all solar systems is a higher vibration and representation of a mankind. So everything in it, all the star seeds that come into this realm of reality is going to take shape and form of the materials and energetic forces of this realm of reality. And since Earth is the sector of physicality, this is and growth and nurture and caring, this is the planet that you could be physical on. Since Venus is the planet of love, appreciation, of value, then that's the light source you're going to get your love from. And a lot of these, and the Elohim is just demigods. Now you have the solar system as one being, right? Then you have certain energetic concepts that develop from the lights of this being. Same way how you have chakras, you have lights, auras. This being, each planet is a light, is a chakra, is an aura, right? And each light come with concepts. And when it beamed down on the earth light concept of this being is the orb of growth and nurture. So when it get mixed in with all the other lights, it's able to come, other lights and concepts is either can come here, the light comes, use the material of the realm of reality, create it, and then the Elohim is able to create the material of their inner manifestations. So this is like a realm of reality, and the Elohim is just like you have an Elohim within you. You have a heart, you have a brain, you see what I'm saying? But you're not giving them specific names, and we're gonna get there. Hold on, we're gonna get there. Now, when we talk about the ancient civilizations and things of that nature, now how mankind lost their power, right? Now, once star seeds came here and got planted here, this is the only reason why mankind even had the concept of calling it a planet. Because star seeds have to get planted, which star seeds is nothing but a spirit. The spirit comes and get planted into a realm of reality, a vibration, a time and experience created by Elohim coming from one of the source energies, right? And then the time and the energy becomes it matter and becomes solid, and then it can construct a vessel. Now all type of spiritual beings can come experience certain realms of realities as long as they get planted here. You have to get a body. You have to use a body. So you got planted here. This is why you got planted and you growth here. And the way you get planted here is based upon the realm of reality and the Elohims that created it. And this realm of reality is based upon two energies joining, and everything does that. So all realms of reality does that, joining of two energies. Just the way it look and appear here, it appear like sex, or it appear like just two energies harmoniously coming together and binding and then creating a new energy out of it. You know what I'm saying? All realms of realities does that. It's just the form and in the way it look and how I do it is depending on the solar being you're in. You see what I'm saying? And then you play out the characteristics of the solar being you in. So, as a civilization, right? Now, when you look at mankind, right, and look at all civilizations that then planted on Earth and planted seeds here on Earth. So everybody got different concepts from wherever they came from. They may be from different solar systems and different beings and things of that nature. We all traveling, right? And small, and the being solar system themselves, they're doing it in their own way. You know what I'm saying? But we're within them. Now, when it comes here is when you want to talk about the Elohim or Messiahs, these are just people who come utilize certain energetic lights and absorb themselves all in it. So when you want to look at the sun, right? Now the reason why they call it the sun is because it's the center or the solar of something, the center of something that everything else is traveling. So a person who, and then when we look at the sun and the characteristics and traits, so a person who come utilize their light, their energy and vitality the most, they tap it into the energy of the sun. When the moon is like a satellite. So when you look at the moon, it's like a frequency, a satellite. So when you tap into it, you could be a happy or mad or sad. You see what I'm saying? But reason why you have to keep going to the moon, we're going to get to that. But we don't really have to call it the moon. If it's a satellite, if you want to be happy, just tap into the frequency of being happy. You see what I'm saying? It's just like a radio station. And like I said, the yin realm is a location, right? So when you click on a radio station, the clearer you can hear that radio station because you're in the area and location where the frequency is best. So the better you'll be able to receive love if you tap into the frequency where you're able to see love and go into the location where love is at, right? And then you tap into that frequency and stay there, and you can have it clear. You see it clear. So you'll be able to see love, external love, and where love ain't at. You'll be able to see love clear to anything else. You do that with anger, happiness, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And the better the frequency, the better the antenna, the more people it can cross. So the more you stay in a frequency or a vibration, the more you could come across with more people of that energy. So you have that power. So you can be looked at as a messiah of that light, of that energy. So as far as civilizations, all civilizations have done was gave each characteristic. It's like, say you a solar system. You gave your hand a power. You gave your hand a name. You gave your knee a name. So basically, within this civilizations, we just gave each planet, each part of this being a name. Or if a person or a being came and represented a piece of one of these planets better than others, right? We would praise this person. So say a person who came down utilizing love and all this that much, and we called this person, and this person was a person utilizing the energy of love better than everybody else. And this was the first person to show us how love is supposed to be. And say that person's name was Venus. So we will worship this person. Then when this civilization transform and die off, then you got the next group of star seeds come and get planted here, right? They get kind of lost a little bit and more into density because it's more experience. Every time it's more and added and more illusions and shit, it's more weight, more density, more things matter, more things is solid, more things is represented for the lesser things. So now it's more things added. So you have to do more deduction to find a singular. But at the same time, the next civilization have to look towards the past civilization. So if it's a group of thousands of years later, these group of star seeds, they don't know what love is. So when that person come in and showed us the next amount of love, what may happen and what did happen, they say, oh, this person is like Venus. So now when they really just talking about the energy, now it's a lesser being, a lesser demigod. So now they're giving praise to Venus. And they don't know what kind of person or being this was because it's 1,000 years later. So even if they was in that lifetime, they're having this kind of experience. So it's hard to realize things in a different form experience. But the soul and the spirit always understand the same thing. But the body and the realm of reality is going to look different. You see what I'm saying? So the feeling is going to be the same, but the way it looked different. So people are just going to analyze it and call it what the previous civilization called it. Now, when we get to civilizations, what makes the hardest civilization? Now, we get into some real shit now. Think about civilizations, right? You got the ancient civilizations, right? And when people give praises to civilization, think about it's always the simple. I need people to start thinking simple. Stop diluting because we're already too much in filters, right? So I need you to start thinking now. What's the actual why do people look at a civilization like as it would be the hardest? Right? Because they think or they claim that this civilization knew something that we don't know in this civilization. So what do that mean? Right? What do that mean? We give praise to the civilization who knew how to come up with the scientific mechanisms of how to understand the planetary energies. So we gravitate towards civilizations who knew how to describe the planetary energies the best. And depending on the names or deities, demigods that came down and represented certain energies the best, they had names. And since we're in another civilization, you don't know if you're worshiping a being or the actual concept itself. So it gets filtered. So what brings us to now? This is how mankind lost their motherfucking power. You know how? Because you lost the understanding on how to figure out how the planets or how the energies are even came up with. And you forgot the science, you forgot the technology on how to access the energy to how you're supposed to perceive it in your civilization. So each civilization always have to go to the previous civilization to figure out how did they know about the planets? What did they know about? How did they know about the energies? How did they know about this? You see what I'm saying? So when you wanna, so that's how you lost your power, because you forget. And look, names and words and sigils mean everything. These are spirits. So you're giving your power to lesser spirits. And what I mean by that is, let's think about it. Let's think about the civilization we in right now, right? Now I don't care if you're a scientist or religious person or not. Why the fuck is the sun called the sun? Really think about that. Really think about that. Why the fuck is Mercury called Mercury? Now let's think about this. Think about this for a second. Why is Venus called Venus? Now, when you trace these words and these sigils back, right? These are just names for now Mercury. Mercury got a whole story behind it. They ran fast, think fast, things like that. So when a being came on Earth and used all their thinking ability, all their communication ability, and to their truest nature, their communication is thinking. These people, and for people who didn't know how to tap into that planetary energy at the time, they're gonna look at this person as gods. Now, what if this person was named Hermes, right? Right? Now look. Now look at astrology and everything now. Anytime you need to know how you think, how you communicate, how you analyze, you got to go towards Mercury. You got to type in Mercury on your computer. Astronomers, they got to go telescope where Mercury at. Oh, Mercury in retrograde. Something must be wrong in your communication. When really, thinking and analyzing and communicating, why the fuck I need Mercury? Who the fuck is Mercury? You know what I'm saying? And then it's getting played out in ways like you got all that energy we giving to Mercury. Now we got famous characters and shit. Now we got what DC Comics, The Flash, and things of that nature. Now that's popular. We giving all our energy to imaginations and creations from other guys and other intellectual beings and shit. And this is our nature, motherfucker. You Mercury. Why the fuck you need Mercury to know you Mercury? When you could be sitting down in nature and truly think and utilize your thinking and analyzing and communication to the best ability you can, and then you will know if you're into the elements. You will know if your thinking and communication is rapid and fast and spirited like fire, or like the shamans do, or you will know if your thinking and communication is analytical or highly idealistic, like air, or you will know if your thinking is very emotional or feeling type, like water, or you will know if your thinking is very stable and reality based, like Earth. What the fuck do you need to know if your Mercury was in a fucking Gemini or Aries or Sagittarius or fucking Virgo? See what I'm saying? We gotta really think about this shit. Really think about this shit. So if you really think about the planets, and it doesn't matter if you're a scientist and astronomer, just the simple fact that you calling these planets the sun, the moon, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, shit, we might as well goddamn say we still in a fucking Roman civilization. Why the fuck we got so many goddamn buildings? We're still living a fucking Roman civilization. We're in the Roman civilization. We didn't even move on from the Roman civilization, bro. So if you really want to think about it, no wonder motherfucking Christianity and paganism and shit mainly Christianity is the most popular religion. It has the most energetic force and using the most energetic lights on the earth right now. Because it doesn't matter if you're religious or not. Just the simple fact that you call the planets the name that you calling them, you still giving your power to Roman and Roman gods. And this civilization, the only difference from this civilization is because we're so much up now, then you done lost the Pacific way of how to understand the planets the way your civilization is supposed to understand it. So we just keep bringing back old gods, old things, and old theologies, and we could be utilizing our own. Matter of fact, this is what we're doing. We're utilizing our own power for the sake of gods that's not our powers. And this is why humans already have the concept of looking outside of themselves and giving their power to something, because it's so much embedded in you. And then when we get to names and astrology and everything, this fucking Roman shit and everything is so embedded into this human DNA. And fucking the Christian God is a reptilian God. So look at all the motherfucking reptilian representations on Earth. You got snakes, you got fucking reptiles, or fucking alligators, and fucking your fucking representations. You got fucking snake, manipulative, sneaky, secret societies, but what the fuck? This shit that took over. God damn. So when you want to talk about the Lemurians, the Greys, the Sumerians, the reptilians, the Palladians, the Lemurians, and all the Armarians, all these motherfucking different. These are star seeds. These are concepts, and they're coming from different star seeds and different solar beings and stuff, utilizing the planetary energies is here. That's just like if you catch a cold, if you catch a sickness, that's like a virus, a group of beings coming in this solar system that then got sneezed out by another solar system, come here and try to rule shit up in this motherfucker and get planted here and shit. You know what I'm saying? We all not from here. So your planetary seed, your seed, star seed origins would never be the same as any other species here. Wherever a fish star seed came from, that's how they came here, and that's how they're representing this realm of reality. Wherever animals, whatever star seed, that's how they came here. However how you came here. And these are all representations of the inner being expressed on the outer. See what I'm saying? So this civilization fell short, because we forgot as a civilization now how to understand the planetary energies for ourselves. So we're getting filters, because we always have to go towards the previous civilization to see how they understood these lights and see the names that they gave them in order to get a concept for us to understand it. Then that civilization went towards the previous, and then all we doing is playing a deductive game to the point that we're trying to find the first civilization and see how they understand it, and we're going to think they're the hardest if they're the ones who figured out it for themselves. When really, that's the whole point. Each civilization is supposed to figure it out for themselves. And the way we're doing it now is on some bullshit. So you gotta really think about it. Think about it. Venus. This is how Venus. Who the fuck is Venus? Why the fuck is we talking? Why is Venus beautiful? Why is Venus all loving? I'm all loving. I'm all beautiful. You all loving. You most beautiful in the world. You utilize your own beauty. The way your beauty is how that energy constructed in your planetary alignments. I'm beautiful. I'm Venus. Who the fuck is Venus? Why do every time I gotta understand how I love and how I appreciate Venus, I gotta go search for Venus and give my praise to Venus? That's giving your praise, give you your attention, give you your energy, give you your vibration to Venus. Fuck Venus. Who the fuck that bitch? I'm most beautiful. I'm most loving. So I go within to know how I love. And the better I know thyself, the better I know how I love, how I appreciate, how I value. And I know how much love I can give off. And I know what kind of love I like to receive. What the fuck did I need that bitch Venus to tell me that shit for? That's a Roman bitch. See what I'm saying? We gotta really think about this shit. I'm not giving my love and energy to Venus anymore. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to change these names of these planetary alignments and learn it for ourselves in our own civilization. Just like I said, I could run it down. Fuck the sun. Who the fuck is the sun? That's a nigga. That's a homeboy. I'm a man. Fuck the sun. I don't look up to the sun. I am the sun. I am the light. I am the most light. You're the most light. You utilize your light right. This is the eye, the light, the shine, our sight. The moon. Who the fuck is the moon? They need to move the fuck out the way. I'm the all emotions and feelings. I'm all soul strict. I'm all intuitive. I'm all psyche. You are psyche. You see what I'm saying? You know your emotional stance on things. You know your soul. You don't need the fucking moon telling you your soul. You see what I'm saying? I'm Mercury. Fuck Mercury. That's a fast, trickster ass motherfucker. You would think so much Mercury end up confusing yourself. Now you confused between the right and left brain. I ain't confused. Motherfucker, I got the most thinking and analyzing and communication ability on this motherfucking planet. I do. Not motherfucking Mercury. I do. You gotta come to me to know how to think and communicate and analyze. People gotta come to you to know how to think and communicate and analyze. They don't gotta go to no external person, place, or thing, learn no new scientific shit, learn and go to fucking Mercury. They come to us. We the new shit here. See what I'm saying? We the one come all come one. We don't be the ones to come together and bring this motherfucking rapture. See what I'm saying? I'm Mars. I have intentions. I have passion. I have desire. I don't need fucking Mars to tell me fucking that. That's a fucking Roman nigga who utilized that shit and went to war with Ares and utilized his shit for some other shit. Went to war for peace, but nigga was scared and shit. Man, fuck all that shit. You see what I'm saying? We need to learn how to understand the planetary energies for ourselves and come up with the new names for the new shit. We the new gods. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Goddamn air.